Hi friends, welcome to Law Chat 101. This is your legal BFF, Girija Patel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to hire an independent contractor. So if you have a business or you are working as a hiring person in your company and you're looking to hire not an employee, but an independent contractor, then this video is for you. Now remember to subscribe to the video because there's so many more videos just like this and with helpful hints, tips for your business, and also legal tips and educational information as well. So whether you tune into Law Chat 101 or Law Chat with Girija, where you have awesome entrepreneurs, subscribe and you'll always know what's going on. So let's get rolling. Now, make sure you stay tuned till the end because I do have a checklist that you can go through and see who's an independent contractor in your business and who's actually an employee, because classification of independent contractor and your employee is very important in your business and you need to make sure that you're doing it the right way. So I have a wonderful checklist available to you, but stay tuned until the end to get access to that. Okay, let's get started. So these 5 tips that I have are pretty high level tips in the sense that they're pretty over zoom out view of it. Now, of course, you definitely want to use the checklist that I'm going to be giving at the end of the video for you to also kind of go through and make sure that you're classifying your workers or your workforce in the right way. Okay. So number 1 is making sure your classification is correct. So are you hiring an independent contractor or are you hiring an employee? Now, it really boils down to one main thing at the end of the day is how much control you have over that person. And so with that being said, if the more control you have, the more likely they're an employee. The less control you have, the more likely they're a contractor. Number 2, figure out the tasks that you are hiring this person for. What is this job description? It'd be wonderful you can write the job description, but if not, it's okay. Write a bullet point of all the different tasks that you need this person to do for you. Now, whether they are operational tasks or actual work tasks that your business is known for, but write them down so you can actually get a better grip on what kind of a person you need to hire, in what industry you need to hire them, and maybe you need to hire more than one. So that way you have an idea of what you're asking that person to do and whether they're capable of doing it also, and if it's going to be within the scope of their employment with you as well. Number 3, have your interview questions ready. Don't just do a blind, I'm gonna hire you type of situation. You wanna have a proper interview process set up. You also wanna make sure that you've done your homework and that person asks for the right resume, asks for referrals, and maybe even ask for some writing samples if that's something that you're hiring them for. Because at the end of the day, when somebody is not up to par, it causes friction and it can cause a lot of also unnecessary extra expenses that you're putting into your business that you could have avoided if you would have just gotten their resume, had some referrals on the table as well, and maybe a writing sample or a sample of whatever you're wanting them to do in your business. Now, interview questions are very important also, so make sure you have that ready, set, go as well. My pet peeve when I'm hiring is really that if somebody comes to me seeking a job, whether it's a contract or employment, and if they have zero idea about what I do or what my business does, it really bothers me. And I don't know about you, but I know that when I went to the business school and even in law school, the one thing that was really driven into us was that study the person or the company that you are about to interview with. Because when you study them, you also realize as an applicant whether you are a good fit. But the person across the table who would be the owner, i.e. you or me, or the hiring committee, would also get a gauge of whether this person's the right fit, whether this person is aligned with the ethos of the company, and whether, this person even has interest in the company, or are you just hiring or wanting the job just to get a job. So I've always noticed that when someone doesn't have a really good grip on my business or my company, it's harder for them to adjust and it's harder for them to adapt, and generally they just kind of walk away eventually because they realize that it wasn't a good fit. So you can avoid all of that heartache and expenses from the get-go if you get your interview questions done, you know exactly what to expect or exactly what you want to expect from them when you're talking to them and the feel that you're wanting to get. Also, their writing sample, their resume, and any other samples that you might need to gauge their competency or ability to do the job that you're asking them to do. And of course, referrals. Word of mouth is everything. Number 4, prepare a contract. I know, this is Law Chat, and Here's the legal spot. Aside from knowing the right classification for the person that you're hiring, you want to make sure they have a contract, because a contract is what really tells that person why they're being hired, what their pay is going to be, how to exit this relationship in the event something happens, then how do you say bye and how do you leave, confidentiality, exclusivity if that's something that you want, and also the covenants of non-disparagement and non-solicitation. And in addition to all of that, who owns the intellectual property? So default, guys, is that independent contractors own the intellectual property rights to anything that they're creating. So if you are wanting to own it as a business owner or like the CEO or whatever, if you want to own it, then you have to make sure it's written in the contract that it's either made for hire, assignment of rights, or there's a license where you can use it. You don't own it then, but you can use that stuff that they've created. So you need to make sure it's pretty clear in the contract how that works. A lot of companies, a lot of medical companies don't like to have contracts. I just think it's a better practice to have contracts, because that way everybody's expectations are handled, plus how to exit or how to handle these situations of work product and intellectual property is handled better, and plus everybody knows how to navigate those sticky situations. Number 5 is posting in the correct locations, the wanted ads that you have. I know I'm in the middle of trying to hire as well. Where do you post? Well, you want to post on your social media so people know that you're doing it and your followers know that you are also wanting to hire somebody. Word of mouth goes around really quickly. Another thing that you want to do is maybe the job sites that people that you are wanting to hire might be coming to, or posting wanted ads at that point as well. And then you can also peruse, job applicants in those as well. Another place would be maybe Facebook, LinkedIn, where is it that the person that you're trying to hire is hanging out? Go and hang out there, whether it's a group that you're in, and that group might have potential people that you're wanting to hire. And so basically you're putting it in a place where you know that those applicants are going to be there, they're going to see it, or somebody that you know will know somebody that can help you. So have it in the right spot. You might have to pay for a service, and if it's worthwhile, if it makes sense, then go ahead and do that also. Now I'm going to quickly run through 1 through 5. So 1 is make sure your classification is going to be correct. Number 2, list out the job task or the job description of the person that you're trying to hire. Number 3, have the interview questions ready to go. Have all those documents and all the other work that you're wanting up and up front that you're asking for that. Because quite frankly, if somebody can't do all of that, or at least acknowledge if they cannot provide something, then they're maybe not even ready to take that job either. So if you can't follow through, then I don't know if they're ready to take that job either. Those are all red flags for me at the end of the day. Number 4, prepare a contract. And number 5, post in the correct location. I hope this was helpful to you. Remember, subscribe for more videos like this where you are getting quick, easy tips for your business and for the law. And I am Girija Patel. The information I did share today was for informational purposes only and for educational purposes. I hope this was helpful, and I will catch you later. And of course, go grab your classification checklist so it can be helpful to you in your business. Good luck.